This right here is the electric Harrier. It's finally here and it's launched at a starting price of 21.49 lakh rupees. That's for the base model. Prices for the higher end trims aren't yet unveiled. Now that's a very interesting price because it undercuts its soon to be main rival, the Mahindra XEV 9e. So what's it like? What's new? What are the specs? That's what we're going to tell you in this video. Now, as you can see, the electric Harrier looks very much like the regular internal combustion model, and that's because the top hat, yes, it is the same, but the inside, Tata says, is all new. It's got a completely flat floor. The entire floor has been redone, and it debuts Tata's new E&E architecture, the electrical and electronic architecture, what Tata calls TIDAL, which is an acronym for Tata Intelligent Digital Architecture Layer. So it's basically a new E&E system which enables a lot of new cutting-edge features. Like Tata says, a very finely tuned ADAS system, and you can see that from that camera there up front. This car has ADAS, which Tata says has been tuned really finely to Indian conditions, and they want it to be more like a trusted co-pilot rather than an intrusive policeman. So that's how they've tuned this. In fact, interestingly, while many other ADAS systems, the auto emergency braking functions only above a certain speed, Tata says this will have an AEB function for low speeds as well. Now, in terms of powertrain, you've got a battery, two battery options, 65 and 75 kilowatt hour battery, and the dual motors put out a combined 313 horsepower and 504 Newton meters of torque. Tata says that's enough to propel this car from 0 to 100 in 6.3 seconds. Now, I will move over later to a cut section because you'll get a better view of the motors, and we'll talk a little bit more about those. Right now, let's take a look at the styling. So as you can see, like I said, it shares the top hat, so the styling is very familiar. You've got these really sleek DRLs here along with this light bar that connects all the way across there. You've got the logo right here in the center, but this bit is different on the EV. The grille area, you don't need as much cooling as well, so it has a sort of closed off look. In fact, it is closed off. All of the air cooling happens from down here below. Headlights are of course nestled here towards the corner. Okay, now this is a dual motor car, but Tata does have a small little space or a small frunk up here, front trunk, and as you can see, it says 17 kgs max, so you can store a few small items here, like perhaps your charging cables too, if you like. Now over at the side, as you'd expect, things don't change much, but you'll notice here these alloys, the 19-inch ones, the rims are, as on most EVs, aero optimized. You can also see here you've got the .EV badge, and that means this is the electric version. And if we look up there at the rear, I'm just going to move over here. You'll see QWD dual motor, so quad wheel drive dual motor. This is going to be the branding for all of Tata Motors four-wheel drive vehicles. So you'll see this Q has a stylized 4 in there as well. So at the rear, it's very familiar. As you can see, you've got the spoiler top here, rear wash wiper, a high-mounted stop lamp in there, and this connected light signature that you have with the new Harrier. And of course, you have the Harrier.EV lettering because this is the electric version. Since we're here at the rear, let's take a look at the boot space. Now, Tata says the boot space stands at 502 liters. That though is still the roof. It is going to be less than the regular ICE version or the internal combustion version, because as you can see here, the floor has risen slightly. So underneath here though, there is a space saving spare. So that's something nice to see, given that this car will go off-road. Okay, so here's where you can get a better look at the dual motors in the Harrier EV. The front and the rear. The front is an induction motor. The rear, that's a synchronous motor. So basically your rear motor is the primary motor. So in a two-wheel drive car, you'll find the motor only on the rear. Now together, both these motors have a combined power of 396 horsepower. That's the installed capacity. I say installed capacity because the current battery discharge rate does not support 396. So currently, combined output stands at 313 horsepower. Okay, now battery packs, there are two options that you have. The battery isn't installed right now on this cut section, as we can see, but you will have a battery pack here, and there are two 65 and a 75 kilowatt hour battery. And let me just pull up the specs for you in terms of The range, well, the promised range on the 75 kilowatt battery is 627 kilometers. Now that's a claimed range. Tata has this concept called the C75, which is basically 75% of the usage from their other EV customers. Based on that running, they predict customers should get about 500 kilometers of real-world driving range. So in terms of features, you've got a multifunction steering wheel with paddle shifters here for the regen control, plus and minus of course. You have a digital instrument panel up here in front, a digital touch screen, so it's very much similar to the Harrier, but this screen is actually very different because it's the world's first, Tata Motors says, application of a Neo QLED panel. It's a 14.5-inch panel by Samsung, QOLED panel. So that should give you some really crisp displays and hopefully good touch response too also, because that's what you want really from your touchscreen here. You've got dual zone climate control, a powered boot release. You have USB charger here, a high speed charger as well, 45 watt type C unit. You have drive modes as you would find on the Harrier, like you've got your Eco, City, Sport, but this being the four-wheel drive, the electric version, you also have these terrain modes. So you go from normal to snow and grass, you've got mud ruts, you've got sand, rock crawl, and a custom setup mode as well. Electronic or electric parking brake here, and of course this is the drive selector. In terms of seats, the seats are cooled, both are cooled, powered with a memory function too. And if you look on top, you've got a very large panoramic sunroof. The other cool bit with the electric Harrier is you've got the 360-degree camera with under bonnet simulated view as well. So when you're driving forward, it will stitch together with the feed from the front cameras. This here, the inside rear view mirror, this is a camera feed too. So you can have it in a mirror mode or you can have it in a camera mode as well. So if, for example, you've got 3 passengers there, you'll still have a very clear rear view out there. It's also what Tata calls the eIRVM because they've got an inbuilt dash cam function with recording both the outside and the inside of the car. There's also a new key fob which allows the remote parking and unparking of the Harrier EV. Okay, so here at the rear, the first thing I want to see is the seating position, because remember this top hat might be the same as the regular Harrier, but the underflow is completely different. So it's, first of all, as you can see, an all flat floor here. All flat floor, and in terms of seating posture, it is quite natural actually. In fact, it's not like those typical knees up positions that you have thanks to a battery below. I think Tata have integrated it quite well, and I seem to be quite comfortable here as well. Now for passengers here, you also have a cool boss mode function, so I can slide this seat forward and recline it forward too for more leg room here. Other features at the rear, where you've got the AC vents in the pillars there. We've got a storage tray here as well with dual Type-C USBs. One cool bit I really liked is these head restraints or the headrests, because they've got this nap function, so I can bend them over and your head won't nod off. So pretty nice to see this in the Harrier EV. And also, if you want to block out all the nosy paparazzi, you have sunshades there. So that's the Harrier EV. What did you think about the car? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let us know down in the comments. And of course, remember, stay tuned to the Autocar India channel, because we will soon be behind the wheel of the Harrier EV.